Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing, the continuation of Season 2, here with Race 6 at Marble GP Ukraine. Now, normally we don't like to really talk any politics or anything too controversial here at UMR, but this track is almost our way of showing a bit of support for the ongoing situation in Ukraine. So I thought this would be a good way for us to show a little bit of support from our side. And it's an interesting track. Nothing too complicated. So a quick look around, there's not a massive amount to look at, but there's a nice little track in this little greenhouse. So we'll get the predictions started up for this race, get the racers in. Once again, a reverse grid of the previous race finishing positions. You can see the grid here. And it will be 15 laps around this track. So I'll get the predictions started up and then we'll have a quick look around the track. So start prediction. How many races will DNF? 2 minutes to do these predictions. And that has started now. So get those predictions in. So it starts off into a little split, few pins in the way there, up a ladder and straight into a hairpin. So then take you round and out the window into the outside segment. Now you don't want to take this line too tight as there is a roof clipping through the edge. This will probably cause a bit of a jump and will lose you a lot of time. Yes, we're just starting 12th. And this shouldn't be too, well, can't promise anything, but it shouldn't be too much of a messy track in my opinion. I think it'll be quite clean, but of course, we always find a way to go off. And there are these pin obstacles that people do like to get stuck on. So through this pin section and back into greenhouse area, then it splits off into two spirals. Both look like they will be equal on time. Few more pins to dodge, another split section into a double spiral, and then you split off to your two sides. There are some obstacles you can crash into on the way round. This left side, no obstacles whatsoever, so that's probably the better side to take. I suppose it's left side from that perspective, the right side as though you're coming down into it. And then this other side does have a plant in the way, so you have to watch out for that. Then up the two ladders either side, and joining back together for the finish line. So an interesting little track. Say little, it's not actually that little, we're still only 15 laps, so sort of on the average line of our track lengths. There are 20 seconds remaining on the predictions. It looks like predictions are coming to an end, so let's get this race underway. We get the lights counting down. And they are off towards the first ladder. Tokyo with a very good start. It's going to block Diamond Swords into that first bit. And Tokyo on their own will get a good lead. See Magic having some trouble getting pushed around as everyone queues up and makes their way on. It looks like Christopher, Logan, Budo and Alice will be at the back. So Tokyo with a good start and everyone else side by side further down. We may see people staying quite close together on this track. We shall see. So Tokyo is going to be on the inside line out of here. We'll see which line is the best as the second row release. Looks like that inside line is going to be the best as Diamond Sword puts in. Mario having some trouble. Looks like Marley's got problems already, stuck on one of the pins down below. We follow them outside. Tokyo is getting gained by Diamond Swords and Zack. Then there's a group just behind of Barto, Mario, Jenny. Oh, and Zach's had a bad crash there. He's going to get overtaken by half of this group. McWave, Wood, and Akane get past. Then Sawyer, Cheese, and the second pack just behind. They go into the pin section. Barto having some trouble. Wood's going to make a pass around Tokyo. Is now in second, chasing down Diamond Swords. Barto will be taking the other side with a group following. Coming out of the spiral, Wood is right behind Diamond Swords here. If they can get through the pins clean. Tokyo with a hit. Diamond Swords and Wood get through clean. McWave comes through to try and take third. Demon with a good overtake there is getting stopped behind Shona. We'll see how they come out the bottom of these spirals. I do apologise if I am a bit sniffly. I'm still dealing with hay fever and it seems to be pretty bad today. But Wood with a lunge past Diamond Swords, a big slowdown for them. There is an obstacle this side, so they need to be careful. Going to get around clean. A lot of speed loss. Going to be losing some time, but as they approach the ladder, Wood is in front of Diamond Swords. Will block them out. Perfect entry onto the ladder for Wood. How did Tokyo do? Tokyo with a rebound. 2 rebounds. Not looking good on this side. Barto flying through to gain quite a few positions. And we'll be joining Tokyo side by side on the ladder on this side. Meanwhile, a big gap ahead for Wood currently. Diamond Swords a few places behind on the ladder. We've got Nick, Stormy, Demon and McWave on this side. Jake going very slowly into this corner, quite far behind. Currently, Marley is our only stuck racer. So Wood making their way down onto lap 2, hitting one of the pins, bit of a slowdown. Be costly for time. Has Diamond Swords do also hits pin, so does Nick. Everyone hitting the pins, no one with a clean run through there. Wood already on the ladder. Demon with a very good entry blocks out Stormy. Stormy gets on just behind, joined by Diamond Sword, Cheese, Tokyo and McWave. Everyone's still staying fairly close together. You see everyone else joining on the ladder further back. Alice not with a good entry there. Beefcake looks like they actually fell back off the ladder. That is not good for them, then getting blocked out. Quack's just going to miss out. Blockmaster and Wolf towards the back. And then Jake makes their way through. It looks like Marley has been set free from that stuck position, but will be a lap down. So Wood with the inside line into the first corner. Demon's going to be taking the outside line in second. And a sprint in the race for third. Cheese trying to sneak around the outside but gets blocked out by McWave. Heading to the outside section. We'll follow this battle for third. Cheese is just going to keep nudging McWave, reminding them that they are there. Then Tokyo, Stormy and Diamond Swords all very close together. Diamond Swords with the rebound backwards is going to lose about 6 positions, although just getting in front of Nick will drop 5 positions. A battle between Wood and Demon up at the front. Wood currently with the fastest lap as well to try and secure an extra point. Cheese is going to lunge up the inside, blocks out Barto but doesn't quite make it past Stormy. McWave on the opposite side trying to gain on the front too. Demon with a clean run through there. Wood hitting one of the pins. McWave hitting the pins. A disaster for McWave and Stormy with those collisions. Tokyo slowing down is going to hold up Cheese, Barto and side effects. So this is a chance for Demon to make some time in the lead. See everyone else coming through. Shady with a good line through there will hit the back of Harry but gets past Magic. Demon released from the spiral. See Wood on the opposite side. Now Demon is going down the side with an obstacle. And a clip with the wall has slowed them down quite a bit. Wood carrying a bit more momentum on the other side. Bad news for Demons. Tokyo's got more speed. So does Cheese. So they're going to get in front of Demon. Side effects making the lunge as well. Wood on the other side, a bit of a bounce. Have they got onto the ladder? It looks like they have done. And some clean entries onto the ladder this side as well. Barto and Marley having some trouble. Marley, of course, a lap down. Barto makes it on with some help from Minnie, who joins them. But it looks like Wood may have reclaimed that lead. Tokyo in second. Cheese and Side Effects will be fighting for third. Potentially with Crimson, Nick and Zach from the other side. We'll see how this plays out at the top. So Tokyo actually releasing just before Wood. Wood nudging Side Effects, giving them a better line down to the start line. It's going to be close. Going to just miss Tokyo. They head through the next section. A bad hit on the pins for Wood's going to slow them down. Bit of a time loss. Tokyo gets through very clean, but held up at the ladder is going to lose some time, which means Wood's going to jump on with them. Cheese just missing out. Cheese will be behind in third. Demon getting blocked out by McWave and Side Effects, who have been joined by Zach on the ladder. So still a lot of fighting going on as we're on lap 3. Stormy having some trouble getting on the ladders, dropped quite a few positions in this section. Everyone's still fairly close together. So Wood and Tokyo will be battling first off the ladder on this lap. Cheese will be not far behind. Further down we see Dazza blocking Quack and Baz out of the ladder. They'll then be joined by Alice and Wolf. See Jake gaining a bit of time towards the back. Joined by Westport and Christopher, and then Beefcake and Blockmaster, not doing too well, is now at the back. So up at the front after the release, Tokyo is making a breakaway. Wood and Cheese are now side by side fighting for second. Then Zach, McWave and Side Effects just behind, going into the pins. Tokyo getting slowed down quite a bit. I suppose these are nails. Maybe I should call them nails. But either way, Tokyo in the lead. Cheese and Wood side by side here. Cheese just trying to get more momentum, but it's going to get squeezed out by Wood. Shona with a bit of a bad bounce. Crimson being chased by Demon. Barto now into the spiral. Tokyo's already out. Side Effects is neck and neck with Cheese. But a bad hit on the pins is going to slow both of them down, but Cheese getting the better line. Wood is now chasing down Tokyo to try and reclaim that top spot, and Side Effects currently with the fastest lap. See Boer taking the inside past Nick, but Nick with a bit of speed. Boer will just block them out. Sawyer going for a lunge up the inside. Does not work out as Diamond Swords manage to hold their position. Tokyo and Wood both going on the potentially slower side. But not too bad of a bounce. They may not have lost too much speed there. Cheese and Side Effects go on the opposite side. What is going to happen at the ladder? Tokyo with a rebound. Can Wood get straight on? They almost do, but they roll off. They get on the second attempt, but keeps Tokyo up in the lead. Some problems going on the opposite side. This ladder seems to be having more problems than the other one on these past few laps. Cheese losing a lot of positions because of it. They definitely need to work on their ladder game. How are things going to play out at the top? So it looks like Tokyo and Wood will be the first two to get released. They make their way down the straight for lap 4. So Tokyo, a bit of a hit off one of the nails. Wood doing the same. Tokyo's going to get held up at the ladder, could lose them a bit of time. Can Wood sneak on? They do, but bouncing off Tokyo will drop the position. They are one step below. Demon's going to get blocked by McWave, not what they want there. But McWave falling off. That is bad for them, which means Side Effects, Cosmic, Crimson, King Barto and Demon are side by side. Then we have Cheese, Nick, Shona and McWave side by side just below them, and Boer and Mario Hunter a couple steps down. So as you can see, everyone's still fairly close together. The front two are trying to make a breakaway from the pack, but everyone else is still fighting for those crucial points. But up at the top we see Tokyo coming around the bend. Wood not too far behind. And now we see the group fighting for third. Oh, we've seen Cheese fall off in the background. A disaster for Cheese on that hairpin. Falling off the track. After sitting fairly high up on the grid. Skyline is off as well. I don't know when that happened. Akane's fallen off as well. Sawyer is off. So we have had a few people go off this track already. But that is a big disaster for Cheese after being in such a good position and potential for some points, possibly big points. They have managed to throw the race on lap 4. So a big upset for Cheese there. Meanwhile, up at the front, Demon with a bad bounce there means Barto's going to get past. Tokyo's still holding the lead. Side Effects still with the fastest lap, now in 7th. Tokyo gaining a lot of time with this lead. Wood in 2nd, but is getting gained by the pack fighting for 3rd. Gonna need a good ladder entry here. That bounce is not going to help. A second bounce isn't either. Wood is struggling to get on. This is not the ideal side for the ladder entries. Crimson is now in front of Wood. Seems like this other side is the better ladder to choose. But Tokyo extending that lead even more as they head down to lap 5. Hit one of the nails. You see Beefcake is actually stuck on one of the nails. Tokyo with a bounce on the ladder is going to get held up slightly here, but they do have time to use. They do get on. We now see McWave flying through. So actually Tokyo's lost a bit of time. The battle for 2nd is now between McWave, Crimson and Bartos. Woods dropped a few spots with that bad ladder entry. Then Demon, Boy and Nick just behind. See everyone else joining the ladder at the bottom. Side Effects dropped to 10th, but still with the fastest lap. Tokyo is on the move. McWave is going to get the inside line into this hairpin. Will block Crimson and Barto. Wood not far behind. Demon's going to take the outside and just squeeze past Nick. But Nick will have the better line into the next corner, but not enough momentum means Demon will secure that position. The Demon breaking away from Nick and Boer. See McWave and Crimson going into the nails. Crimson giving McWave a bit of a push. Barto with a good line through there. See T-Dub falling off in the background. Wood with an even better line. Demon having some trouble. It's going to hit Nick. Shona's going to help Demon out. Getting on the move again. But Wood with a good line through there. Tokyo still flying away with the lead. McWave trying to gain. Isn't too far behind now. In 2nd. Wood making some good time into that section, but Boer with a very good line will carry a lot of speed around that bend. Meanwhile, Crimson losing speed will block Nick, Demon and Mario. So Tokyo going round the riskier side that people are having more trouble with. You see in the background Akane and T-Dub both off in the exact same spot. Boer with a big loss of speed through there. McWave going towards the ladder. Wood's gone down the worst side as well, but has managed to get on the ladder fairly quickly. Demon having some trouble. Does get on but loses some time. Barto got a pretty good entry. But Tokyo will keep this lead. It has been a strong race so far for them. But can they keep it going to the end? See McWave will be coming through in 2nd. Wood and Boer side by side. Who's going to get the better line through here? Looks like Boer is carrying more speed. Both of them hitting the nails. Tokyo nearly getting joined by McWave, but McWave bouncing off the ladder. It's not going to help. Boer gets on. Wood not quite making it on. has to wait for the next bit. That means Mario and Boer will now be side by side. Wood and Barto side by side. Everyone else trying to fight to get on the ladder here. Oh, Harry just falling off. Stanky pushing China on. Stormy getting blocked out by Stanky. School of Thugs sneaking on. Everyone desperately fighting for these points. Every position counts. So Tokyo on the move, McWave not far behind. Then Mario closely followed by Boer. And Barto with Wood right behind them. And Nick not too far behind the two of them. So into the nails. McWave with an alright line, but does hit one of the later nails, slowing them down a bit, meaning they're at risk of being overtaken by Boer as they go through the opposite sides of the spiral. Wood with a bit of a time loss through that section. Side effects is moving up to 8th, and it is very close with the top spot now, as Tokyo has McWave and Barto right behind them. Boer, Mario and Nick also very close to that number 1 spot. So how will this play out? Tokyo still just holding the lead. McWave just behind. He's going to try and make a cut through the inside. Now be all about the momentum through here. Tokyo with less speed than McWave. McWave's going to cut in front. Can they hold it? Tokyo hitting the obstacle on the inside is going to lose a lot of time. That's very costly. McWave into first. Barto just behind. On the other side though, we have Mario Hunter, Nick and Boer very close together. So the battle for first is starting to heat up as we are approaching the halfway point of the race. Wood is starting to drop positions after a strong start to this race. Meanwhile, McWave, Barto both having a very good run towards the halfway point. Tokyo is going to lunge back into first. Barto is going to sneak past McWave as well onto the ladder. And Tokyo and Barto are now side by side for first. McWave and Boer side by side for third. Then Nick and Side Effects, followed by Mario Hunter, Pesky Bird, Crimson and Wood side by side. Snorker, having difficulties getting on the ladder, finally makes it on, but will be joined with quite a few people. Demon, unfortunately, has dropped all the way out of the point scoring positions, but will be competing for that 20th spot with Marley, Beefcake and Stanky. But there is still a way to go in this race. Barto up into first, it's now in front of Tokyo. McWave in third, Boer in fourth. Will Barto be able to hold Tokyo off? Heading round to the nails. Barto gets pinched by Tokyo. It actually pays off for Tokyo, but no. Barto carries a better exit. McWave now right behind Tokyo. So they'll be fighting with each other. That could cause some time loss, although I think it's actually helped Tokyo with that push. Tokyo and Barto side by side going down different routes. McWave and Boer fighting for position. Side effects following Barto. We've got Pesky Bird and Nick with a bit of a slowdown. Wood will come right up behind them. Then Mario Hunter and Crimson on the opposite side. See Super Boss James. Beefcake with a very good line there will get past James. And Cloud Monkey, Muffin, Harry, Shona, Stanky. We've got Stormy on the opposite side. So how will this go into the ladders? We see Tokyo, Boer, Pesky Bird and McWave on this side. On the other side, just Barto, Side Effects and Mario. So Tokyo with a bounce, then makes it on. Looks like it's a bit slower on the other side. Barto and Side Effects on, but slightly lower it looks like. Wood and Super Boss bouncing off each other here, actually with a slow entry onto the ladder because of it. Shona getting blocked out. Meanwhile, on the other side, see Crimson, Stormy, Demon, Adam, Dirt Monster, and a few people at the bottom just joining, but at the top we've got a release. Tokyo reclaiming that #1 spot. Then it's Blur, followed by Barto, then Pesky Bird and Side Effects going into lap 8. Side Effects blocking Barto out at the nails. Blur manages to join Tokyo on the ladder with a very good entry. Pesky Bird and McWave will now be side by side for 3rd. Then Mario, Barto and Side Effects side by side. Wood up into the top 10. Demon has managed to get back onto the leaderboard just in 20th behind Stanky. Though Space Comet coming through a bit quicker than them, but they will be side by side, so it's still a battle for that 20th place and the last point scoring position between Stanky, Space Comet, Demon and Zor. And the fastest lap has been taken by someone else who is currently not in the points. See, Snorker in the background has got themselves stuck on one of the nails. See Mario Hunter in front of Side Effects and Barto just behind. Then the group of Beefcake, Harry, James and Superboss coming around. TJ, Stormy, Marley of course a lap down, and then Shona, then Zor, Demon, Stanky and Space Comet. Demon currently just holding on to that 20th position. Up at the front, Snorker's been set free, but now it's going to cause trouble for Tokyo. That push backwards has lost Tokyo a lot of time, which means Boy and Pesky Bird can try and sneak through. And McWave also gaining on Tokyo. Crimson's not had a good run there. Mario with an amazing line. Side Effects pushing Barto, giving them a bit of momentum. And Crimson closely followed by Superboss. Meanwhile, up at the front, Boer has moved into the top spot. And Tokyo, McWave and Pesky Bird. See Mario, Barto and Side Effects, Crimson, Superboss, Cloud Monkey, Nick, Wood, Beefcake, Harry and Muffin. So still very close together in the top 10. In fact, very close together across the whole grid. As we are into the second half of the race, things can still change. No major breakaways as of yet. So it looks like Boer is going to exit the ladder first. Tokyo in second. Pesky Bird in third. No collisions on the crossover. Heading into lap 9. Bad bounce for Boer and Tokyo. It looks like everyone getting a rough bounce there. But Boer just sneaking on the ladder. That was the most perfect entry they could have asked for. That will gain them quite a bit of time in the lead. Mario with a bounce off is not ideal. Same with Side Effects. Then Barto and Side Effects on side by side. Cloud Monkey with a good entry. Crimson managing to block Nick. Then Nick is joined by Superboss and Beefcake. Then James and Harry side by side. Demon still just trying to cling on to the top 20. Stormy is now at risk of dropping out of point scoring position. Stanky's dropped quite a few positions this lap. So McWave will be taking the inside line, but getting a bit stuck will actually slow Tokyo down, putting them at risk of Pesky Bird. Mario Hunter getting blocked by our back runner Snorker. Barto giving Side Effects a push. And then everyone else following. So TJ Wood, Muffin and Marley around there. Stormy still just clinging on to that 20th position around the hairpin. Meanwhile at the front, Boer still in the lead. McWave being chased down by Tokyo. Pesky Bird is going to go the opposite side and try and use that open space to their advantage. Barto with a bit of a bump is going to slow them down into that spiral. Boer with a good line there. McWave with an even quicker line will carry a lot more momentum into that corner. It's not enough to get past. Mario loses a lot of time, but some help from Snorker. Logan off the track in the background. That will be a DNF for them on lap 9. So McWave chasing Boer down. Tokyo not far behind. Pesky Bird going their own way round. We've got Mario and Side Effects. You see everyone else making their way down these straights out of the spiral. It looks like Demon and Stormy have both dropped out of the top 20. Costing them some crucial points. But can they get it back before the end of the race as we are heading onto lap 10? Were in the lead, McWave in second, Tokyo third, Side Effects fourth, Pesky Bird in fifth, Mario getting squeezed out by Snorker. Slowed them down quite a bit there, so backrunner Snorker is causing trouble for people. Cloud Monkey not quite making it onto the ladder, neither does Nick. Crimson just missing out as well. Barto is going to block Beefcake. James with a good entry will be side by side with Beefcake. Stormy with a good entry. Demon with a bounce backwards is going to get slightly blocked out. That lunge by Stormy has pushed them up to 16th. Potentially higher. They may even be up to 15th with that. We see Wood now in 20th, but we'll see what happens on the exit of the ladder. So Burt in the lead, McWave second, Side Effects third, Tokyo fourth, Pesky Bird fifth, Mario sixth, Nick seventh, Cloud Monkey eighth, Crimson ninth. What is going on with the bottom of the top 20 though? So Stormy up to 15th, Ib 16th, Shona 17th, Wood 18th, Demon 19th, and Wolf will be in the 20th spot. No Space Comet coming past to take the 20th spot. So a lot of battling going on for these points. And it is still close for the top 3 as well. They're making for a very close race. Nick's going to block TJ and Crimson that had very good speed into that corner. McWave still chasing down Blur. Pesky Bird following their route this time. Tokyo going the other side. Then Mario and Cloud Monkey follow. Diamond Sword's now in the 20th position. Blur gets a good entry. Pesky Bird getting past McWave. That was a great entry for Pesky Bird. Not so good for McWave. Meanwhile, on the other side, looks like Tokyo had some trouble. Means TJ is actually going to move in front of them. So some big position changes on this lap. Wolf is up to 19th. Demon dropping a couple of places. Now in 20th, just clinging on. But Boyer getting released in first. Pesky Bird gaining 2 spots on the end of this lap, moving up to second. McWave closely following in third. You see Storm King is off in the background with Cheese. Boyer getting held up on the ladder. Pesky Bird doesn't quite make the lunge, but will be joined side by side in the battle for second with McWave. Snorker, our back runner, coming through just to be awkward and sit in front of TJ and Tokyo. Then we've got Nick. Barto didn't get the best entry there with Mario, who will be joined by Superboss and Side Effects. And still no one in the top 20 with the fastest lap. Demon manages to make it up to 17th. Wood just trying to hang on to a point scoring position, but getting blocked out by Shady. And Shady may steal that 20th place. We've got Stormy and Space Comet also joining Wood on the ladder. They'll all be side by side. Still battling to get into the top 20 and get some points. McWave trying to go on the outside of Pesky Bird, but gets blocked. Were is trying to break away in first now. But I make a late breakaway, but can they keep the momentum to the end? Pesky Bird will be trying to hold McWave off this lap, but big squeeze out by McWave. He's going to squeeze Pesky Bird out. Pesky Bird now has to deal with our back runner Snorker. Could cause some trouble for them. Going through the nails, TJ getting a better line than Tokyo. Tokyo's going to hit Armtech, who is stuck but does not free them. Side effects and Nick do though. That's cost them time, and Barto's managed to gain some places from that. So McWave still trying to chase down Boer. There's now a bit of a gap back, but TJ with some great speed through there is going to gently tap the back of Snorker. Pesky Bird dropping a couple of places. But still a big group fighting in the top 10. We're making a big breakaway though. But there are still a few laps to go. TJ managing to get past Snorker will now be chasing down McWave. And Pesky Bird also get past. The Snorker's running slow, so that'll be good for the front runners to try and get past the back runner without any trouble. They do. Side effects and Zor running slow. Armtech with a little bit more momentum on that side. Meanwhile, over on the other side, Mario getting on the ladder, followed by James. Marley, of course, is a lap behind the Super Boss, Shona and Crimson. Up at the top was just being released now, heading on to lap 12. So coming down the finishing straight, hitting one of the nails, which is normal through here, but McWave getting a brilliant line through there, managing to avoid all the obstacles. Not quite enough to be side by side with Boer, but a big time gain, meaning Boer no longer has such a big lead and is at risk from McWave. Pesky Bird is joined by TJ, they'll be side by side fighting for third, then Tokyo not far behind. So things are still very close. You know, further down it's like Wood is in 16th, Stormy in 17th, Demon in 18th, Cutsy 19th, Diamond Sword's currently holding on to that 20th spot. They are side by side with Shady. So some big battles going on everywhere right now. So Boer trying to break away, McWave chasing them down. Tokyo's going to be stuck behind Snorker. We see Pesky Bird and TJ fighting with each other. Mario and Nick getting blocked out by Marley, our back runner though. Going to make it hard for them to try and make a pass. There's side effects. Then we have a battle between James, Barto, Crimson and Super Boss. So it looks like Pesky Bird going to be chasing down TJ, Tokyo chasing down McWave, but Boer still trying to break away in the lead. Let's see how this group come out of the obstacles. Looks like Barto had some trouble, going to have lost some time. But everyone's still close together. Boer still holding that lead strong. Not seeing any new fastest laps coming through yet. TJ in second, McWave in third, Pesky Bird in fourth, Tokyo in fifth. Bad entry for Boer. They're going to get held up slightly. A bit of a time loss, but McWave running slow through there. Nick with some good speed. Mario with some incredible speed. Actually managed to go around the outside of Nick, but gets squeezed out. Nick just lunging in time. Mario doesn't make it onto the ladder with a rebound there, so McWave and Nick, then a little bit of a gap down to Mario. Super Boss making it onto the ladder. Barto side by side with Zor, but getting held off the ladder means they'll drop a spot. On the other side, TJ, Pesky Bird and Tokyo just dropping off. We're already onto lap 13 and a smooth entry onto that first ladder. Pesky Bird losing some time there. TJ almost getting a good entry but just misses it. It's going to block Pesky Bird a bit. But Pesky Bird will be joining them on the ladder side by side. Tokyo just behind. The Nick blocking McWave, and McWave's going to lose a position. Mario Hunter almost joining them. Side effects of the bad bounce as well. We'll be joined with Zor as Super Boss gets a few bad bumps, not making it on in time. Then we've got Stormy and Demon side by side just behind Armtech and Beefcake. Stormy and Demon have both managed to push their way up the grid a bit. Now Kutsi, Shona, Shady, Ib and Space Comet in the bottom of the top 20. Boy with a big breakaway in the lead. Just extending that lead massively. Pesky Bird now in second, trying to hold off TJ once again. Then Tokyo, Nick, McWave and Mario Hunter just behind. Starting to spread out into the final laps of this race. Oh, but a disaster for Boy. They managed to get caught on a nail. This is going to totally shake up the top spot in this race. Are they going to get hit by any of the front runners? No, so Boyer's going to remain stuck there. Big choke for Boyer on this lap. Is anyone going to set them free? Looks like McWave may help them out, but they don't. That pushes TJ up into the lead. Mario does get Boyer on the move again, but that is very costly for Boyer, throwing away that top spot on lap 13. Can they do anything to pull this back? It may be too late to do anything about it, as we see Pesky Bird and TJ fighting for number one now. So a big upset late into this race. We're already gaining one position up into 6th, but Pesky Bird now in the lead. TJ in 2nd, Tokyo close behind TJ in 3rd, Nick in 4th. See McWave coming out in 5th, Mario 6th, closely followed by Boer in 7th, and Side Effects and Zor. And Crimson, James, Armtech very close together. Now Boyer may get blocked out by Mario Hunter. No, Mario Hunter with a bad bounce, moving out of the way. Boyer manages to jump on with assistance from Zor, so this is helping Boyer try and reclaim some of those positions lost. But they're going to have to put in a lot of work to try and get back up into that number 1 position. See Tokyo now in the lead with a good ladder entry on the opposite side. Pesky Bird dropping down to 2nd, going on to lap 14. Looks like Westport was stuck. Tokyo's going to hit them with a big bounce backwards. They'll be about the ladder entry here. Tokyo almost getting on. They'll be joined side by side. Pesky Bird and Tokyo fighting for first, neck and neck. Then Nick in 3rd. McWave getting held up at the ladder, gets on in 4th. Boer just missing out on the ladder entry there, but will be on the ladder in 5th. So gaining 2 positions after that disaster. Actually 3 positions. But dropped either 7th or 8th from that. See Barto in 10th. It's been staying around that position for a while now. Demon's moved up to 11th. Stormy's dropped a few spots down to 14th. Shady's in 12th. Zor in 13th. Down towards the bottom we've got Ibn 18th. Space Comet 19th. And Muffin in 20th. But Pesky Bird trying to chase down Tokyo. We are approaching the end of the race. Going into the nails, who's going to get the better line? An early slow bounce by Pesky Bird means a better exit, so that may be the strategy to use. Pushing them up into 1st and giving them a better run into the spiral. Boyer has a good line through there as well. I think that's gained them potentially more positions. They're in 5th. They haven't moved up since where they were, but some good time means they're going to gain on McWave. They can get a good line through here. Arto with an incredible line. Actually going to make for a lunge up the inside of Boyer. They do, but it doesn't stick. But Barto gaining positions. Must have heard what I was saying. Moving up to 7th. Demons managed to move up to 9th. But Pesky Bird trying to hold on to this lead now, as we are approaching the final lap of the race. Will Tokyo get a good entry on this other side? Not amazing, but not the worst. Pesky Bird already on there and on the move. So Pesky Bird trying to make a breakaway. This could be big for them. Barto onto the ladder. Boyer getting pushed by Beefcake, helping them out. See everyone else piling up now. Zor blocking Stormy out. Stormy's struggling to get on. Shona joining them. Big time loss for Stormy, but they're going to get pushed on by backrunner Marley. Shona dropping a couple of spots. But Pesky Bird breaking away with this lead. Almost a perfect entry onto the ladder. It's going to get a slight slowdown, but they do have some time to play with. Tokyo doesn't get a good entry. Going to be joined by back runner Westport. See Crimson getting blocked by McWave, but now Demon, Barto, TJ, Boer jumping on as well, and Mario Hunter will be side by side. Boer's dropped to 10th, but that might be enough to gain a few spots. Stormy with a bad entry. Stormy dropping positions with these bad ladder entries. Very costly as we have moved on to the final lap. Now can Pesky Bird hold this all the way to the end? They make a breakaway. Good lead. The Tokyo in second, Nick in third. McWave in fourth, taking the inside line. Crimson also taking the inside line in fifth. Demon's going to take the inside of this pack. He's going to lose some time with a rough bounce. Gets blocked out by Boer. Also blocking Barto, which means side effects. Trying to go on the outside, but Barto lunges in front to hold them back. Pesky Bird losing a bit of time there, but the battle is raging in the top 10. So Nick's moved up to second, Tokyo dropping to third. Looks like Demon's going to get a good line out of the nails. Will gain a few positions with that run, but it's going to get slowed down by Crimson on the spiral. Meanwhile, up at the front, Pesky Bird is no longer in the lead. Nick has actually got past them. Big slowdown for Pesky Bird. Expected them to be a lot further ahead, but clearly they've had a bad run into the spiral. And Nick is now in that top spot. Going to be about the ladder entries here. Is Nick going to be able to take the win with that overtake on the final lap? So let's see what happens at the ladder. Pesky Bird actually getting past Nick, and a perfect entry means Pesky Bird is going to be first onto the ladder. Trouble for Nick as they're struggling to get on. They finally do. McWave is side by side with Beefcake. Barto bouncing. It's going to lose position to Superbot, struggling to get on as well. James and Crimson side by side. Barto joined by Shady. On the other side, it looks like Tokyo in front of TJ and Mario, then Word Demon and Space Comet. So let's see what happens at the top. Pesky Bird dropping out first. It looks like they will have a clean run down to the finish and will be taking first place on race 6. And it's very close here as we see Nick just coming through in front of Tokyo. Then it's TJ, Mario, McWave. Very close together. Then Demon just getting in front of Blur. Followed by Superboss, James, Space Comet, Crimson, Barto, Shady. All very close together. Then Ib, Side Effects, Zor, Shona, School of Thugs, and Cloud Monkey. So everyone very close together coming down to the line. A big battle in the top 15. But our top 20 have now been confirmed, and we don't see any fastest lap bonus points in our top 20. So a dramatic end to the race. Everyone very close together. Not much in it at all. So we see our back runners coming down to the line now. So that looks like everyone on the track now across the line. So we'll go and view our race winner. So Pesky Bird, congratulations to them. Very strong race, very close at the end, but that perfect ladder entry on the final lap wins it for them. Very good race indeed, very close. And while we wait for the DNF timer, I will input the results of this race, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes with the predictions and the standings. Okay, so the standings are in. So let's scroll down and see where the positions were. So Stormy and Wood, unfortunately, just missing out on the top 20. So did Muffin and Shax, just dropping down. Jake managing to gain some time since the start, but unfortunately not being able to push themselves up into a point scoring position. And there we see our fastest lap, which was by Storm King in 56th. Got a DNF for them. They will not get any extra points for that fastest lap because they didn't finish in the top 20. So the predictions, I'm just putting the fastest lap into the leaderboard. And then we will look at the predictions. Okay, so the predictions. So the DNFs we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 DNFs. So choose outcome. We do have a winner for this one, but we did only have one person voting, so they will just be winning back their points in this one. Complete prediction. There we go, prediction has been completed. So congratulations, you get your channel points back. And now over to the standings after this race. So after that race, Jake is holding on to first, but is tied with Space Comet at 55 points. Zach is currently in third with 50 points. Then Marley and Pesky Bird tied with 48. Some big points for Pesky Bird, pushing them way up the leaderboard. McWave follows with 45. Then Adam and Snorker and Harry tied with 42. And then Alice and James tied with 41, making up the top 11. Then below that we have Dom, Nick, Carol, Kutsi, Tokyo, Zor, Demon, Logan, Baz, Wolf, Christopher, Shona, Magic, and School of Thugs. That makes up our top 25. So this was the last race of the week. But next week, Monday, we will be at the Oval Speedway for our first elimination race. Always a lot of excitement and drama in those. So we do have that to look forward to. A lot of DNFs will be appearing in that one, so the DNF predictions will change slightly. Otherwise it'll be a little bit too easy. Yeah, first elimination race to look forward to on Monday at the same time as our earlier streams. Not as today's stream, of course today's stream is a midday one. And like I say, we'll be testing out the midday one, see how the viewers are, and if we don't really get the viewers today, it does look like we had a bit of a low view count, so if it stays that way, they will be moving to all evening streams. But Oval Speedway will be an evening stream on Monday. So of course, if you're watching, I have noticed that the thing is slightly cut off for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on with the top and why it's chopped off slightly. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, then please subscribe. A lot of our viewers are not subscribed, so I do just have to sort of keep saying it because it will help me out if you are subscribed. It will help the channel, help with the algorithm, it will help me out with bringing bigger and better content in the future. And of course, head over to Twitch as well. If you can follow on Twitch, you'll be able to take part in these events live, and you'll be able to watch live as well and join in with the chat and the drama as it happens. But that is it for this stream, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.